Hello and welcome to week 5 of Parentalk The Primary Years. This week's course is called Parenting with Elastic. An interesting title, and I think an interesting and intriguing course as well. In this week we look at the journey of parenthood and its ultimate destination, which is to raise confident and able children who can stand on their own 2 feet when they go out into the big wide world. It might be difficult for us to accept as parents that this is ultimately our job and that we have to let our children go at some point. So during this session, we look at how we can best equip and enable our children to be ready for that ultimate point, how we can use choices and responsibilities to start to grow their sense of independence and taking responsibility for themselves, and how we can make sure that we model our values so that we can have some confidence that as they grow, they begin to have the right values in their core. As parents, we're hardwired to want to protect our children. We want to love them, nurture them, and keep them safe from any possible harm that might come to them. And while they're very young, we think that we find this a little easier to do as they're in our sight 24/7. As they get older, it can become more difficult as we need to relinquish some of that control. We love them just as much, but we don't have as much control. We hear from lots of parents about what their concerns and worries are about their children getting older, and there's one core thing that really brings them all together, and that's choices. Whether their fears are around road safety, whether their fears are around what friends they may make, what groups of people they may be influenced by. It ultimately comes down to what choices the children make, and we as parents can help them to make the right choices right from a very young age. Give them that choice and that responsibility and help them to see the consequence. As young children, it may be considering simple things. Would they like peas or carrots on their plate? Would they like to wear the red or the blue t-shirt today? And as they get older, the choices and the responsibility begin to grow. We need to think about when they're ready to perhaps make that journey to school by themselves, when they're ready to start taking responsibility for their own journeys on, say, public transport or walking on a busy road. And as they get older still, perhaps allowing them some negotiation rights in what time they go to bed or how late they come home. As we move through the journey of parenthood, we consider the 3 C's. We start with control. When they're younger, we have ultimate control. They're with us 24/7, and that's our job as a parent to keep them safe. As they start to grow, we move into care. So we still want that control, but we're doing it in a caring way. And our primary aim becomes to deliver that care, but while maybe releasing some of that control. And then as they become older still and into adulthood, our role becomes counsel. It's no longer our job to control our children. We couldn't if we wanted to. We do obviously still care for them, but our role changes into one of a counsellor. They're responsible for their own decisions now, and our job is to pick up the pieces when they go wrong and celebrate with them when they get it right. In this week's session, we hear what I think is a lovely quote, which is that there's 2 things that we should give our children. One is roots and the other is wings. Thanks for listening. Hope to see you again next week with the last session of the Parent Talk course, and I hope you'll feel able to get in touch with us, share your thoughts and comments, or ask us if you'd like any more information. Thank you. Bye-bye.